Our new coach exemplifies all the best traditions of winning football under Hayden Fry. And he's a great fit for Iowa. There isn't any other way to put it. It is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce to you our new head football coach, Kirk Ferentz.
There it is. It's history. This improbable run to glory is complete. He fires downfield. It's caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! Touchdown on the clock. I don't believe what I just saw. An Orange Bowl BCS Bowl champs. Relentless pursuit of perfection is complete. It's a 12-0 year. 2015 has become a hallmark season by the Iowa Hawkeyes. Kick is on the way. It's gone! And Iowa knocks off, unbeaten until now, the Michigan Wolverine. Ball game over. Celebrate you, Hawk fans. The kick is on the way. It is gone. Iowa wins it.
Kirk Ferentz, now the all-time wins leader in the history of Big Ten football.
Coach Fry had retired, right? A legendary coach, legendary personality. Insert this guy named Coach Ferentz. I do remember his first press conference, and I remember kind of just being struck by him. You knew that we were about to be in for a different type of personality running the program.
And it wasn't easy those first few years. He believed, he had a plan, he had a formula. One of his absolute best qualities, in my opinion, when things are tough, he's at his best.
The foundation that he built starting in 1999 and 2000, and then you see the first bowl win in 2001.
But typically it takes 5 years to restock, to be a winning program, a consistently winning program. He got it done in 3.
Well, as I remember, I don't know if it was quick as we wanted it to be, but Coach came in with a plan and very disciplined in what he was doing. And with the guys on the staff there, that we were just trying to coach our best and make sure that we didn't listen to the outside noise and try to do the things that, Coach Ferentz wanted us to do.
Great day to go now. What do you say?
There's been a lot of great memories. The one that was most interesting one was the 6-4 game at Penn State.
It was the week his dad died. The Hawks went out there against another really good Penn State team and beat the Nittany Lions. You think about that, your dad passes, but he knows that his dad would want him coaching the Hawkeyes that day. That has stuck with me forever, really, because everything came out that day. He's a family man. He's a terrific football coach. Players, they were emotional right along with him, and you could see the family atmosphere. People bring it up all the time. Coach gets emotional after a big win, and he should.
That's what you want. Like when we're in the locker room, that's what we play for. It's for Coach to be excited that we just got the big win.
Seeing his face after a win, just seeing his face, man, it would just excite the entire team.
Everyone getting up around him, hugging each other. And it just goes to show, the care and love he has for the players. And just seeing that emotion come out is pretty special.
No matter how big the game, how small the game, they were all big, they were all important to him. You knew that he loved you, you knew that he cared about you, and you knew that he loved the program, and it mattered to him.
The night we beat Michigan, he was very emotional that night. And it just felt, like a family environment right there.
He knows that we're going to do this thing a certain way, going to build it on certain principles and values. He sees something in somebody that maybe other people don't see.
Kirk has a tremendous eye for talent, and he's a great teacher. And he does probably more with 2- and 3-star athletes coming out of high school and making them 4- and 5-star than anybody in college football. Point in case, Dallas Clark, who I coached at Indianapolis Colts.
I owe him everything. Thought I was a linebacker, and he looked at me, he's like, yeah, you're not very good. And I was stubborn enough to think that he was wrong, which I still look back and holy crap, I'm so glad I didn't screw that one up. But moved tight end, rest is history. But that's Coach Ferentz. That's, and he's done that a lot in his career.
He saw something in me that I never envisioned for myself. I grew up playing quarterback, so he saw an offensive lineman in a quarterback body. He took a shot and gave me a chance, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So I owe a ton to him.
I wouldn't be where I am today without him. I went from a junior college player to a 13-year NFL career and had no idea that was inside of me. I always worked hard, but he gave me the tools, mentally, physically, as far as how to prepare.
Nothing was given to you here from Coach Ferentz, but You always know that you're going to be taught how to improve and how to get better, and I think that's really the most important thing.
Played for a lot of different coaches throughout my football career, and there's really nobody that does it quite like him. You know, there's a reason he came in and turned the program around.
The kick is good.
I go back 26 years and seeing when moments were not great around here in football, and he's as steady as they come, and that's probably the trait that sticks out the most.
I mean, if you're here this long, you're gonna have to weather some things, and when you can weather them with an evenness in your emotions, it's a leadership quality that can't be overstated at all. I mean, you can't compliment that enough.
I think Kirk has been a tremendous leader for our athletic department. Not only his stability, but the way that he's done things. He's worked through 3 athletic directors at this university now, and he has been that stabilizing force through all of it.
He's weathered so many things and changes, and as a leader, you watch somebody navigate those with a steady hand, being able to show people you truly care about them in every type of situation and every moment. You know, in that way, he's a quiet leader that all the rest of us learn from because it's in his actions.
And there are times where I've got a challenge or I'm thinking about a situation. I do think, you know, how would coach approach it? My memories of him and interactions with him are kind of a foundation for how I make decisions. So he's definitely a part of that.
He had a plan for adversity. Take it one play at a time. Take it one series at a time, one quarter at a time. He's always present.
Coach is never too low, never too high. You know, in our world as players and now fathers, business people, whatever, bringing that mentality of just a steady state of emotion and having that as your core foundation of just they be the rock and good things will happen.
Okay, this is when good football teams start to put it all together. But it's not just going to happen by accident.
I attribute the consistency in the program to the consistency of his demeanor and his approach. And every team says this, you know, come Sunday after you look at the tape, you got to flush it, move on. It's a 24-hour rule. But Kirk lives by that.
In 2004, our 3rd game of the year, we played Arizona State. It was a tough loss. It was a big loss. It was very disappointing. And then when we came back, we actually took the VHS, the tape, and actually buried the tape to symbolize that, hey man, it's time to move on. And sometimes you get your butt whooped, sometimes you get knocked down, but you got to get up and you got to move forward.
That's the thing that has struck me about Kirk is that he's not wavered in his philosophy on putting a winning program together, and it's worked. And that's why you see such great loyalty amongst his staff. They don't want to leave.
You take his assistant coaches, you know he's a great guy to work for because they never leave. It's tough to get a job at the University of Iowa because nobody ever leaves. Everybody respects him because everything he's done with dignity and class.
He believes in the way we play football here, which is tough, physical, smart, and but more importantly, playing together. Being a student athlete and a former player, this place is easy to sell because you're not trying to convince people to make a decision that you haven't made yourself. I believe in this program. I believe in Coach Ferentz and his leadership. I believe in our style of football and where we go about things. So it's not about, you know, where you're at. It's about who you're doing it with.
He lets everybody try to be, you know, individual, and he understands who you are. He respects what you do and understands the relationship that we have. I think he feels very comfortable with it. You know, I'm sure I'm not the most pleasant guy to be around all the time, but he still deals with me, and I've just been very fortunate to be with a great coach.
There's no one more loyal than Kirk Ferentz to his family, to his staff, to his players, to the university. I'm sure he's had numerous opportunities to leave, but he never has.
He chose to not take an opportunity in the National Football League for a lot more money, a lot more of the stuff that so many people get caught up in, to stay at Iowa and to keep his family stabilized. That's rare in this game. Rare. He just does things the right way.
Right? We're all in class. We handle ourselves in class at all times.
He's a great person. He's easy to talk to, and the way he carries himself, he keeps things in perspective.
I've gotten a chance to watch him grow and develop as a person, as a man, as a coach. And I've been watching that since Norm Parker told me, if you want to know what it's like to be a man, just look at Kirk Ferentz.
I think when it comes to being a great leader, you got to have integrity. You got to have character, and you got to be a great person. And I think if you're a great person, you're in it for the right reasons, people will flock to that. He's an extremely genuine person. I felt that 20 years ago when I was here as a student athlete, and to this day, I feel it.
I just think he's a great counterbalance culturally to so much of the noise out there.
He's never wanted the attention. He's never been the outspoken guy, right? It's the stuff he taught us to go to work, like keep your head down, go to work.
If I could describe him in one word, I think it would be champion. As a coach, as a person, as a mentor, seeing how he carries himself, how he interacts with every single person, seeing his demeanor, seeing his positive attitude.
He's a special guy that cares. Anybody that's met him understands that he is cut from a different cloth of people.
Go find somebody that has something negative to say about Coach Ferentz that actually interacted with him, right? You don't find that.
The man he is and the man he has surrounded himself with in this facility. You come into this building each and every day, it was just a joy.
When Marta asked us to maybe set up this endowed head coach position, it was because of Kirk that we decided to do that. He's the kind of person we would want to memorialize and lend our name to.
He remembers everybody and he thinks of the person and not just the wins and losses, which leads into great wins.
To surpass Woody Hayes to become the winningest coach. Obviously that's a huge milestone, but I think more importantly how he's conducted himself for all those years. How he's gone and met groups after groups and events, and he's the last guy out of the room.
He cares deeply about people from Iowa who root for the Hawkeyes. He knows this, he knows they're hard workers.
He does so much that nobody around here knows.
The early donations, the first donations that we got to build this children's hospital were because of the work that Mary and Kirk did. The Ferentzes and their contribution to our NICU, they've been absolutely essential. We have the best outcomes in the world for premature babies.
A world-leading NICU that's a national treasure, but not everybody knows that. There's less money being allocated to research. Having Kirk and Mary being able to talk about this is highly beneficial to our program and something we really appreciate, and really is a foundation part of our NICU that allows us to study how to do things better, but ultimately help enhance the care of our babies.
Because of the donations that they have made, because of the visibility of our children's hospital, people want to come here as patients, people want to come here as trainees. We are able to push the limit in terms of the research to come up with new understanding of how to help these premature babies survive.
The proximity of the football stadium gives people hope. There are many, many players who had major healthcare issues as children that they overcame. And for those children to be able to see and to be aware of those things, that's absolutely powerful.
This is Niall Crone. He is 8 years old. He was born at 33 weeks and 4 days. After 15 surgeries, this is Niall today. And when we found out Niall was going to be the kid captain, we remember exactly where we were at.
Coaching staff and players came up to Niall, and there's a senior on the Iowa team, Kelby, and he's got a cochlear implant. And the first thing he did was come up to Niall and showed him that, hey, look at me, I'm just like you. And they got to see each other's cochlear implants, and that was a really cool special moment. Yeah. Being a Hawkeye fan, being on the field, it was something completely awesome, and we'll never forget that.
He's just a down-to-earth, general, great human being, and happens to be a Hall of Fame football coach.
And to me, that's what separates him from any other coach in football. Wins and losses are incredibly important, but not at the expense of developing the person and the program and wanting to see guys graduate and the scholastic aspect of college football.
Coach Ferentz has done a great job keeping everybody focused on what's the most important thing. You come in here, you're going to get your degree, you're going to play good football, you're going to be disciplined, and it's more than just talking about football. It's just how do you be accountable to everybody.
There are certain things where there's an industry standard, and one of the industry standards in the National Football League is that when you come to the University of Iowa and potentially draft players that come through Kirk's program, you are going to know exactly what you're getting.
You love to get a player from the University of Iowa because he knows how to work and he's been well coached.
Parents want their kids to come here and get a great education.
Your window of playing football is extremely short. I played in the NFL for 5 seasons. When I was done, I was 28 years old. So I got my whole life ahead of me. Earning a college degree is still something that's real and important. I think he continued to stress that. And that's something that you cannot take away from you.
I remember my freshman year, I was on academic probation. He pulled me in his office and he told me, this is what you got to do to stay in this program. It wasn't about football, it was a life aspect that he was teaching me. Got me on the right track, kept me focused. I ended up graduating 3.5 years from the University of Iowa at that time. So
outside of my parents, Coach Ferentz probably had the largest impact
on who I became as a man. One thing that I hope now, having 2 boys myself, is that they get the opportunity to allow someone to impact their life as much as Coach Ferentz has impacted me.
I can't think of a group I'd rather be with.
Coach Ferentz definitely played a huge part in my life, especially growing up. Him just being a father figure really to everybody that enters this program, you truly appreciate that.
What he has done is put leaders and mentors and good fathers and good coworkers out in this world, and that's what sport is about.
25 years later, coming back, he's the same guy that he was in 1999 when we were 1-10. Like this trip to come back, bring my son back, have full range of the facility. My son's, walking down the hall with him. Like that's stuff that means something to you.
How many years later? My last year was 2008, and it's 2025. Like to come back and still be able to shake his hand, and Coach Morgan's on the sideline still, and Coach Parker and all these guys, have the longevity those guys have created.
It's an honor to be able to come back, and no one else in the country can do that. Like that played back in 2002. Can go back to their alma mater, and their old coach is still there. I mean, we are so spoiled.
He's not just your coach, or your mentor, your leader, your 4 or 5 years at Iowa. Like he's that guy for the rest of your life. And that's a huge reason why people are counting us out. Our backs are against the wall, and nobody believes in us. We win those games because you got 11 guys on the field that love Coach Ferentz, that would die for Coach Ferentz, that would fight for Coach Ferentz, and they know that Coach Ferentz would do the same thing for them.
I would go to war for Coach Ferentz, and I think that's pretty unique.
Coach gave me a letter of recommendation supporting me to join the Navy as an officer, and that set me on the path to becoming a Navy SEAL. What I've learned from Coach Ferentz and the staff and the team has carried me from Kinnick Stadium to the battlefields to the boardrooms. I learned that excellence isn't about, flash. It's about doing the little things right, day in and day out. He's proof that you can win at the highest level without compromising who you are.
It's been a pleasure, Coach. It's been a pleasure.
What he means to Iowa,
What he means to Iowa, man.
And what he means to Iowa, you might as well vote for governor, right?
He represents what Iowans respect, and that's work.
He's who Iowans are. He really is a credit to our state.
He shows what Iowa's about on a national stage.
We should appreciate as Iowans that it's pretty hard to find a guy like Kirk Ferentz.
Kirk Ferentz, to me, isn't just a part of Iowa football. He is Iowa football.
After following, obviously, an Iowa legend in Hayden Fry, Coach Ferentz has come in and done his own thing, his own way, and just been so consistent and so good for so many years. He is Iowa football. He is the state of Iowa, and he represents us so well.
The state of Iowa is so lucky to have him, right? Because, obviously, he could have went anywhere else whenever he wanted.
We are so lucky to have him here at the University of Iowa. I hope people realize how lucky that they are.
It's kind of a journey that we're taking, and we're enjoying it as you go. And I think I've been very fortunate and lucky to be here this whole time with him.
At the end of the day, he's got a commitment to leadership. He's dedicated, and he invests in those student athletes. It's unwavering. It doesn't matter what the rules are around or what happens in college athletics. That's where his heart is. That's what he's spent his life being dedicated to. And because of that, we're going to keep counting long past this milestone win.
Hey, Coach.
What's up, Coach?
Hey, Coach. Sam here.
KF. George Kittle here.
I know you're not into big celebrations.
I know you don't, Coach, for the accolades, but certainly happy for your success.
I just want to say thank you, not only for being a great coach to me, but for believing in me when no one else did. You took a chance on me, and honestly, it changed my life.
You truly have taught me that it's not the big flashy things that is going to make a life successful, but it's just the little things done over time consistently. Look where you're standing now. You have the most wins in Big Ten football history.
Committing to the University of Iowa and you and your staff was the greatest decision I've ever made. You've impacted so many people. The legend of Kirk Ferentz will be told for millennia, and I'm so proud that I got to be a part of that.
One thing that always makes me appreciate you and all those wins is it reminds me of how long you've coached and all the lives you've impacted in all those years.
You're the GOAT, always have been, always will be. Thank you for giving me an opportunity as a young kid, and I know you made a lot of dreams come true for a lot of kids across the state of Iowa and across the country as well, and I just want to let you know we all appreciate you.
Growing up in Iowa, being an Iowa fan, always a dream of mine to wear the black and gold and play in Kinnick Stadium and play for such a great head coach like you are.
You instilled things in me that I'll carry on for the rest of my life, that I carried on into my NFL career,
and that I will carry on the way I raise my kids.
You're an incredible person, an incredible man, and I'm better because of you. So thank you for believing in me.
This celebration is about you, the longevity, the people you've impacted, the coaches you've had around you. Your ability to do this year in and year out is what makes you so special and so great.
You know, I hope you get some time to reflect back on all your accomplishments, people you've helped along the way, the impact you've had. You know, we're all proud of you and excited for more accomplishments to come.
As an 18-year-old kid living in Oak Lawn, Illinois, on a third-floor walk-up, the son of an immigrant, when you offered me that scholarship and I knew college was going to be paid for, it changed my life. I went on scholarship the next year, and I felt like I've been on scholarship every day of my life afterwards. And I'm very grateful to you and the Hawkeye program for that.
You wrote a letter of recommendation for medical school and for residency after medical school. And I found out years later that you had written a personal note to Jody Buckwalter, the chair of the orthopedic department at Iowa. You know, those things mean everything to me, and I've tried to make the most of the opportunities that I've had. And I appreciate everything you did for me.
Just want to say thank you. Thank you for being a leader. Thank you for being a mentor. Thank you for showing us how to be a loyal husband, a father. Thank you for leading our program. And I look forward to many, many more wins and a lot more great experiences.
Really proud to be a part of the very first win that you ever had and part of a 206th win. You're an example for all of us, and we're lucky to be a part of it. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
Kirk, congratulations on number 206. I'm proud to say I've been there for every one of them.
Coach Ferentz, congratulations on passing Woody Hayes' record of the most wins in the Big Ten. I enjoyed the journey. Lucky to be here. Thank you for everything.
Winningest coach in the Big Ten. That's pretty special.
Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Coach.
The trailblazer, man, and I led you to the top. Congratulations.
An absolute legend. Congrats, Coach.
Coach, congratulations.
Congratulations, Coach.
Congrats, Coach.
Coach, congratulations.
Big congrats, and wishing you the best.
You're the absolute best. Congratulations, brother.
Enjoy the many more that's going to come down your lane.
Congratulations, Coach. Nobody deserves it more than you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Coach, from me and all my teammates. So proud of you.
Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
Love you very much.
Congratulations, Coach. You deserve every bit of it. Go Hawks.